Welcome. The Wicker Man was released in 1973 and was directed by Robin Hardy. It stars Edward Woodward and Christopher Lee, who everyone should know, which if you don't, think The Lord of the Rings, he was Saruman, and The Hobbit. And think of Star Wars, he was good old Count Dooku. He is a great actor, but in this movie, he is also amazing. But this movie is about a police sergeant named Neil Howie investigating the disappearance of a little girl named Rowan in a remote island named Summer Isle, which is located in an island off of Scotland. So, if you're friends with me, you know that one of my favorite movies is the 2006 Wicker Man with Nicolas Cage. One of the greatest movies to ever come out. 10 out of 10 movie. Amazing. If you can't tell, I'm being sarcastic. But the 2006 remake was remade because of how amazing this movie is. So I saw this movie a while ago and didn't remember basically any of it. So when I watched it on Netflix, I was refreshed on basically what I didn't remember. But I think back then I didn't appreciate it as much as I did now, because watching it now, it had a completely different effect on me than it did when I watched it like 5 or 6 years ago. This is a great horror film. It's not one that's going to scare you, like there's going to be jump scares everywhere and you're going to be jumping. This one is supposed to get under your skin, is supposed to make you feel really uncomfortable, and it succeeds in it at that so well. Basically, the plot of this movie kind of follows, is more so about the fight between Christianity and paganism, and kind of the differences and like just how different really they are, because the police sergeant is Christian. He's from England, they practice Christianity, but in Scotland, this village practices paganism, and it's really about him kind of learning about paganism in a way, and we see it from his point of view, and it's just so creepy and so disjointing. I can't even describe it. Like, it just gets under your skin while you're like experiencing this through his eyes, because you're seeing it as he would see it, and it's really terrifying. And Edward Woodward just does a great job of showing that. I mean, he said this is his favorite character that he's ever portrayed in any movie, any TV show. And funny enough, Christopher Lee says that this is his favorite movie and his favorite character that he's ever portrayed in a movie. And that guy has a crazy filmography with Dracula, The Lord of the Rings, like I said, Star Wars. He was in Hugo. He's in all of these great films, and he said this was his favorite role and favorite movie that he was a part of. So that's saying something. There's so many pros going into this movie. I mean, like I've already been talking about, the acting is phenomenal. But something that I didn't remember is how musical this movie is. I mean, halfway through I was like, is this movie a musical? Because the amount of times they would break out into song, and it's not like break out into song like musical theater. It's more so breaking into song like hymns and like folk songs and stuff like that. So the villagers will like be at the bar and then they'll start singing, which has one of the greatest songs in a movie, The Landlord's Daughter. That song slaps. No cap. But a lot of the other songs are low-key fire as well. I was jamming out to this movie. It's really weird because it's a horror movie, but I was like, why does this song slap more than it should right now? Another pro of this movie has to be the scenery. I mean, it is absolutely gorgeous, the views that we see. And the cinematography is just amazing. The film work, not the film work, I mean more so the camera work is great. Everything just went so well with this movie. And it's really weird to see that I didn't do as much research like with budget and stuff, but I think it was made on a budget of 500 euros at the time. And I don't even think it made it back. I think it failed at the box office or something, but that's crazy to me because this movie is so great. I know Bravo used to do a thing where they would like rank scary movies. I don't know, don't ask. And this movie hit number 45, I think, out of the 100, which, low-key, should have been up more if it was 2004, but we'll let it slide this time, Bravo. And like I said before, the contrast between Christianity and paganism is so important in this movie. And it does a great job of painting these religions without doing it in injustice or glorifying or making fun of too much. It just does a great job of keeping it in a certain context and staying true to how those religions are. And, you know, they interpolate a little bit, and, you know, I can't expand too much on that because then I would have to say some spoilers. But I don't want to spoil anything with this movie. I'm right here before I even give a rating. I am 100% recommending this movie. It's going to be hard to think of some cons about this movie because I had such a fun time with it. I really didn't see any issues. I think a possible issue that some people could have is it might be a little bit dated now. I mean, I didn't think so, but for certain people it could. If you go in thinking that it's going to be like a really scary movie that's going to keep you like jumping and stuff like that, that's not what it's supposed to do and not how it was filmed. It's filmed to creep you out, to get under your skin, and to really make you think about it as soon as the movie's over, which it succeeds at. But some people like to have like a little bit of a in their movie, which I know Julia likes that a lot, so this isn't a Julia movie. Overall, I'm giving this film a 10 out of 10. Let's go. We have 2 10 out of 10s on the channel now. Let's hear some celebration music. We can hear the dun 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 dun. Corny. But I do 100% recommend this movie. It's on Netflix. You should watch it. Yeah, that's all. I was about to say something, but there's nothing else to say. Just watch it. So thank you everyone for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Leave a like on this video if you have enjoyed it. But let's flash forward to the next review. Oh, one more thing before I finish up. Next weekend, my birthday's coming up. So, for my birthday, I decided that I'm going to review the 2006 Wicker Man. So, look forward to that. That'll be happening June 21st. I'm going to move that Wheel of Horror episode that's supposed to be on that day to Tuesday instead. So I'm just going to switch them around. It's not going to be that much. But yeah. So again, thank you everyone for watching. And let's flash forward to the next review.